What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In the last video, we left off discussing how most of these cryptos could see some sort of major break within the next couple of days. We had a 3-day countdown to be exact, and that was on Friday. Referencing Monday, today, we would actually start to see that movement here, or maybe it was 2 to 3 days ago, but it was implying on Monday, we should see that movement happen here. And you can see that's where we left off. Just 3 days left to see that pump, and check it out. We actually saw a major dip within a lot of these cryptocurrencies to the downside here. Big swings lower, especially on Bitcoin. Major correction to the downside here, and you can see when we look at we're starting off this morning 5% down, and you can see the consolidation that took place, the 3 days of consolidation that took place over the weekend here, then seeing the dip off, you know, the fall, the correction to the downside here, where we actually fell off, and are starting to see the sell-off here, this correction to the downside on all these cryptos. The dip is coming. Now, this is I know, and I never said we were going to see some enormous, massive 40% dump and sell-off here, but we did say we were going to see some sort of movement in about 2 to 3 days, and that fell on today, and we're seeing that correction right now, which is very exciting here. 12% down for the week on Doge. You can see all these cryptos had consolidation for 2 to 3 days, and then here is that sell-off to the downside. So I'm very excited that that actually happened here, and now we can basically get a better idea of what exactly is going on. I think a lot of these cryptos look really good. Solana here in this bull flag, XRP and its descending broadening wedge, Ethereum in a descending fractal, Bitcoin seeing a major correction, now extremely oversold here. These are all flashing major signs of reversal, and I'm very excited to see the next opportunity that approaches when we can break through those resistances, buy in, and leverage to the upside here, because I do believe we are bullish. And then we'll also be looking at the S&P. So XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the S&P is what we're going to be looking at today. Anywho, with that being said, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. So guys, super quick, when we do get that buying opportunity, I will post that trade live for you guys to track on FAIRDESK. This is a cool way I'm testing out for you guys to follow along with trades that I post, transparent and for free. All it is FAIRDESK, with the link down in the description below. You can sign up, and another cool little incentive that FAIRDESK is offering is incentive bonuses of up to 100K, which I know is insane here, but those are for the whales out there. But on a smaller scale, 100, 500, 1,000, and then some, even more for those that decide to sign up. With that link down in the description below, you can earn free cryptocurrency. Super easy. Make sure to get it down in the description, like I said before. Anywho, diving into today's video, starting off with XRP. Let me just pull that up right here. You can see we are still planning out and watching a beautiful descending broadening wedge here. Lower high, lower low pattern, and each time we fall, it's kind of scaling even wider. But we did recently discover that we have found some sort of floor, and it's been a consistency on us where we keep hitting this support here. Even jumping to the weekly charts here, you'll notice yet again we keep hitting this support and this floor here. So I'm excited to see the results of this. We just closed last week yet again above that support here, and you can see scaling out why this is becoming huge. We're inside a much bigger descending triangle, which will break inevitably towards the end of this year, but in the meantime we have this to focus on. And here's where things get very exciting here. Notice how we have had a very difficult time breaking through support, and this is good news, because now that we found a bottom, there's either a good chance of either a double bottom, this floor is going to hold, or we break through it, one of the two. What I mean by that is if we close a daily below this support here, this solid support, expect to see a huge sell-off to the downside, which we'll be able to leverage on XRP very quickly. I mean, this can happen any day now. It was retesting yesterday. Today we saw a major landslide reversal. Now we're back up above support. But if we close above here, we're in good standing. If we close below it, we can buy in, because I would expect to see a big sell-off to the downside here. Now, if all goes well, we hang out above support here. There's a good chance that we will fill this in. Once we breach the resistance where we have 3 points of confirmation, which is good news. Same thing on the downside. We have 3 points of confirmation. If we breach through support on the resistance on the top end, we're buying long and long into the upside, because descending broadening wedges typically are bullish. let me just pull this up super quick. You can see right here what a descending broadening wedge looks like is they typically have this lower high, lower low movement, and then they break us out. You can see descending broadening pattern breaks us to the upside here. They're saying target is where that previous resistance is. And you can see if I pull up to XRP, they're expecting easily 52 to 54 cents here, which is very exciting. And I think we'll go even higher, but it all comes down to breaching through price ceiling right here. And once we break through that resistance, then we'll be able to long and leverage to the upside, which is very exciting, and we'll be able to get in on that trade. Now, I know you guys are going to say, oh, it's been 3 days. We're not seeing any major run, but markets saw very large movements here, especially Bitcoin too, which we'll have to talk about here. But for the time being, XRP now has a clear-cut textbook technical indicator that we can use to better gauge when that next buying opportunity is. Now, for Solana is on a continued descent here, which is pretty nuts if you ask me. You can see we have a beautiful flag pull up, lower high, lower low, just consistently confirming this bottom floor here. It's a consistent floor that we've been retesting here. We're waiting for reversals back up. Bearish cross, not too good on Solana's daily chart here. But even if we do head lower, I mean, I'm just extending this out. It almost looks like a double top. It's pretty interesting here. Some sort of reversal pattern forming. Anywho, we do look to see a bottom. These are bull flag breakouts here. This is a lower high, lower low. These are usually continuation patterns. So once we find some sort of floor or footing, we'll be able to reverse out. Anywho, we are oversold. I don't know how much lower we're going to be moving to, but I don't think it's going to continue to pan out though. Anywho, moving forward to these other cryptos, even though XRP is on my radar, I'm putting Solana on the back burner. We have, an Ethereum and a Bitcoin chart showing bull flags across the board here. Major flag pull up, clear as day. Lower high, lower low pattern. We just kind of fell off a cliff right here, major reversal. But you can see we're going to most likely reverse back up as we're currently doing to close above this support. You can see consistently we haven't broken through that support level just yet. Good chance we're not going to, and we'll continue to pan this out. What we're waiting for is a clear-cut break above price ceiling here for us to buy in and long. And that same thing also applies itself with Bitcoin, which had a major sell-off. We're now oversold, which is pretty crazy, trading at, what is this, 25 on the RSI. Geez, even lower than I thought. Broke below moving average, which is also insane. It's been a long time since we broke through that here. Cleared double top. That's what sent us over the edge. 1-2 points of confirmation caused an immediate correction to the downside here. And now what we're looking for is a floor. And we did kind of find one here. You can see this is a consistent support. And if that can hold well, we'll be able to reverse out of it yet again. We could head lower. It doesn't matter. But inevitably, the main point to focus on is us breaking through resistance right here. And when this resistance gets broken, that'll be that opportunity to buy in long. That'll be the opportunity to get in on FAIRDESK. That'll be when we buy in a copy trade. Trading intraday here is definitely very aggressive. You can see the stair-stepping pattern. The next one is consolidation over here. But if we break through resistance, we can buy in and long. It's very difficult to want to trade inside these technical indicators because of how kind of volatile they are. The main way to reduce our risk is waiting for confirmation outside of its normal boundaries here, which would allow us to either buy in or a short with a much more, I'd say, accurate reading as to where these are going to be moving to. So if we could break through resistance here, that same thing would be applied. I would more so also expect to see a rally to the upside on Ethereum. But XRP also looks incredibly well, especially holding out here. We just need to kind of cross this bridge. We get past a bridge, we'll be able to break out, which is very exciting. So that's what I'm looking for. And I do believe that's what's going to happen. As for the S&P, I'd love to see how we open up in about 25-30 minutes here. But I do think we are going to probably pull down a little bit and then continue our ascent. Or if we get some crazy announcement, we'll start our dump to the downside here. And I think one of the two things are kind of happening or going to happen in the near future here. You can kind of see this kind of uptrend we're forming here for the most part. So I do believe we'll come back down and retest that, and then we'll kind of fall off the cliff soon. But very, very interesting, very exciting, but a pullback is definitely on the way for the S&P. Anyway, with that being said, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.